everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we are here with Dakota, and we are doing a follow-up on the Iceco fridge. This is the JP50.
Yeah, 50 liters, I believe it is.
I believe 50 liters, and I think that's a little more in quarts than I've forgotten. We'll put a link down in the description, and we'll put the name right here, so you can go to Amazon and get this. And so, how long have you had this now?
Let's see, I got it in October. So November, December, January, 3.5 months.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, how's it going so far?
It's been fantastic. I think those of you that watched the last video knows that I had a couple of dorm size fridges, the electric 110 ones. And so this was an absolute blessing. I've had zero trouble with it, and I mean, I can barely hear it when it's running.
They're very, very quiet.
I think late at night, if it's really, really quiet in the bus, which is hardly ever because I have cats, I can occasionally hear it, but man, you got to listen for it.
And so you have solar.
I do.
But with the two dorm fridges, you were struggling.
Oh my God. Yeah, I've got a total of 645 watts now.
Which is a lot.
And yeah, and it would just suck them down. I've only got 400. Yeah, I've got 400 amp hours, but they're sealed lead acid. So, you know, I have half of that. I've got 100 amp hours. And it just suck them down. Right.
So you were really struggling with the two 110 dorm fridges on your solar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you got this, and has that solved the problem? Made it worse?
Completely. It runs 24 hours a day. I've got it set on 30 degrees. It's reading 32 right now. 31 according to the interior thermometer, and as you can see, I'm sitting on 100%. I was floating a few minutes ago, and I'm usually floating within a half an hour after the sun comes up. So yeah, it doesn't, you know, I think the lowest it gets at night is about 66%, and that's because I have two systems. I've got 400 watts in the front, 245 on the back. Well, the back smaller system runs my laptop and TV and things in the back of the bus, and this up here, the bigger system, runs, you know, I've got microwave and things up here. So I usually keep the back half of the bus plugged into the front solar system during the day because it recharges faster. It's a bigger system. So, you know, when I go to bed at 9 o'clock at night, it's 71% on my batteries up here. And in the next morning, it's 66, 69.
Oh.
So it's just
good.
Not even touching it, yeah.
Yeah, you're never getting down to the 50%.
No, not even close.
And that's really good for your batteries. They'll have a good long life that way.
Yeah.
And so it's you'll have to go back to our original video. It's Iceco is the brand name, and I had never heard of them, but they have the Danfoss compressor, and I have heard a lot about the Danfoss compressor. They are one of the very best you can buy. There was some confusion about that. Let me clear that up. Danfoss, the company, was bought by a German compressor company, Seacomp, and so when you see them, the advertising might very well say Seacomp, but it's the exact same compressor, exactly the same compressor, the Danfoss compressor. Yeah, and the Seacomp was one of the very best. They were the only one that was as good. So you're buying a really quality product.
Yeah.
Should last you a very, very long time. That's where that pays off.
And it's been very accurate. I mean, it's just crazy because I was concerned about the accuracy of it. It doesn't seem as cold as what it says it is, and Bob put
let's put that over here and show people what you did.
Yeah, it's got you want me to open it up and get the little thing?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. We'll come over and bring you over and show you.
It's reading 32 degrees right now on the top of the fridge, and if you can see this, which you probably can't, it says 32 degrees. It's always within 1 or 2 degrees of what this says, so It's extremely accurate. And I've just got this little doohickey right here.
So you've seen these before. This one is an outside thermometer. This one's the inside. And this one is, so we're changing it. This goes in the fridge and stays there. And you always know at a glance the exact temperature. And I love doing this. Every fridge I've ever owned, I've done this. So.
Yep.
And actually, every fridge I've ever owned before this one has been a problem with the thermometer being different than this.
Yeah.
But yours are staying exactly right on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just dead on it.
Yeah. So we'll put the current price of this up there, and when we bought it, it came with this nice
cover, this insulated.
Nice insulated cover. which is usually $50 to $100 more. So that was really a good deal.
Yeah, they're expensive. And these are just very, very heavy springs on these handles. I mean, you can lift this and it's not going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, feel the tension on that.
Yeah, that is. That's nice.
Yeah.
You can move this thing around. It's big and heavy once it's loaded for food. It's very heavy.
But I mean, the whole thing, even empty, it feels like quality because everybody's making everything lighter and lighter and lighter these days, and they break so much sooner. This is just good, heavy quality. There's a tight spring in there, and it's solid. My fat butt sits on it all the time. It's an extra seat for me.
Right.
And it never even complains and says one at a time.
Right. So it keeps the food. It's quiet. It sips power. These things are probably drawing at most about 5 amps, and
I can just barely hear it, and I've got to listen.
And it doesn't probably come on very often.
No, not at all, not at all. And like I said, I mean, it still says 100%. Y'all can't see it, but my charge controller's right there, and it's just almost floating, and that's with everything running.
Right. So it's they've got everything going for them, and they're very good prices. And I'm sure that they will set up. I'll let them know when this video is coming out, and they'll set up a percentage off coupon code that I'll put it underneath here, and I'll put it in the description so you can go to Amazon and get a percentage off. And I don't know what that is as I'm shooting this video, but I'll let you know when it finally does come out.
I know if you're looking for a good quality 12-volt compressor fridge and you don't mind that there's not a separate freezer compartment, for the money, this is just fantastic. It's a hell of a deal. It
really is. It's one of with the Danfoss compressor, it's the cheapest one I've ever seen comparative to the others with Danfoss compressors.
Right.
You did have one complaint. You didn't like the cover.
I don't have a problem with it, but on a lot of nomads, the girly girls, you know, even if they live in a van, they want things to be pretty. You know, they want it to look nice, and this being black, I'm not so sure what the wisdom of a black insulated cover was to begin with, but with it being black, I have 4 kitty cats, and you know, they walk around on this floor, they get dirt on their feet, and they jump up here. And I wipe this down every day, and as you can see, it never completely comes clean, but it does keep everything underneath just absolutely pristine. So, you know, it keeps, besides insulating, it keeps it clean and keeps it protected from all the dirt.
Yeah,
dirt and sand.
We're in the desert. We spend our winters in the desert, and there's sand blowing in the air constantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, if you can see that's my keyboard, and I actually use it from time to time. Right.
No, it's just the wind always blows in the desert, and there's always layers of dust and sand on everything. It's just life here.
Yeah.
So
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But like I said, other than just, you know, the aesthetic of having little dirty paw prints on it, the cover works great, and you know, it zips it up. It's got a good heavy zipper too. That's one thing I was concerned about, because these things, especially these little plastic, they all, not this one. I mean, this is heavy, and it can zip from either side. It's got, you know, 2 different ones. You can zip it from the end, however you choose to do it.
All right, well, let's take a look inside, and we'll see what all you're keeping in there.
Yeah, lots of stuff. All right. There we go.
Just a fridge, you know. You got to keep all your stuff in there.
Yep. Got a little bit of a funky smell because I had some spinach and everything in here but I keep the meat down in the bottom.
Sure.
You know, because that's the coldest place for it. And you know, mostly condiments and you know, sliced cheese and things like that up here. But you know, and then always have the eggs right here on top where it's flush with the top of this, and then I don't have any problems.
They won't freeze and stay nice and cold.
Yeah, and the milk is always nice and cold. I've got mine set on 30, and I'm not freezing anything, so I could probably set it lower if I really wanted to, but what's the point?
Right, and according to your outside thermometer, you're staying really good.
Yeah, I'm right around 30, 31 degrees all the time.
Right, so that's perfect. And especially if you're not freezing things.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just, it's a nice, I will say one thing, if they want some honest feedback, this blue light right here, at nighttime, if you come open the lid on this, that thing is going to blind you. I mean, it just absolutely, you can't see anything. So it's pretty, but it's not very functional at night.
Right.
You got to put your sunglasses on to get into the fridge.
So Iceco and JP50.
And look at this seal right here.
Right.
And it's nice, soft. It fits perfect.
That's one thing I look at a lot is the seals, and this one is unusually good.
Yeah, it's nice and soft, and it even has, it tells you the temperatures that you should keep foods at. I will say one more thing, and it's just a ha-ha funny. Be careful with this, because if you get a little over exuberant like I do sometimes and flip the lid open too fast, you will knock yourself out with it.
If you're leaning over and looking in.
Yeah, it's like, okay, don't get into a hurry to get that chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get smacked.
Right.
But yeah, no, I love it. It's a great
Good.
fridge.
Good.
Yeah.
And we'll check back. Probably won't see you again for a while, but maybe in 6 months or a year.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do a second follow-up, and if there's any problems with it between now and then, we'll let you know.
I guarantee you, if it gets to 60 degrees and the wind blows hard, I'm headed back west again.
Yes, right.
I chill too easy.
Right.
Yeah, it works great. And did you tell him too, the inside basket comes out as well.
Right. And so you do lift it out when you need things?
Yeah, well, like the other day when I went and bought groceries, it's hard for me with my back issues. So it's a little bit of a tight fit, as you can see. But see?
Goes right out.
It comes right out, and then just make sure when you put it back in that these little hanger deals right here are over this section. Don't turn it around like I tried to do before. But it just hooks right over that and stays. And there's also, I don't use it. You can tell where I keep all my plastic bags. I don't use it. But there is, and you can see the little slides right here, where you can slide this divider in here and divide the sections out if you've got something that needs to stay, stacked in tighter. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing too is it has got all kinds of different connections and stuff, whether it's for the 12 volt like cigarette plug outlet or the 110. I believe it's even got like jumper cables, those kind of clamps to clamp. It's got all different kinds.
That is handy.
But what I like is that I don't have to run. I've got a 2,000 watt inverter, and it's one of the cheap Chinese ones, so the fan just runs constantly, and it will eat my solar up a lot quicker than this will. So I can shut the inverter off and this still runs because I've got the 12 volt cigarette plug hooked up to my battery.
Right. Yeah, that's really the way to go. That 12 volt.
Yeah. Yeah, because who wants to listen to that inverter?
Right.
Yeah.
And throw away that energy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just running, and it's not actually doing anything. So. Yeah. But
Very good.
I love it, and I am still very grateful.
Right.
One of these days I'm going to get all of this rebuilt and everything, and then this is going to go on a platform with rollers, heavy duty rollers, and then I can just roll it straight out like a lot of people do with the winter fridges.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that with this as well. But I have to be careful. On this one, I've got it turned around this way, but it blows out on this side, which is away from the cabinet and the couch and everything, and it sucks in here. And I just keep it about this far away from the cabinet, and it breathes just fine. It does, yeah. Never overheats or anything.
Very good. And that's the advantage to the Danfoss compressor, is it's just high quality.
It also has a very long cord on it, which is hard to find anymore because, safety first and let's avoid lawsuits. But they gave us a nice long cord, so you can run it back behind the couch or under the couch or,
Right. They must be using a heavy gauge so that it can be a little longer.
Yeah, it is pretty heavy, but I like it.
Well, Dakota, thank you so much for sharing an update on the Iceco JP50 fridge.
I hope people go and get one because, even the regular price, it's a hell of a deal. And,
it really is.
And they decide to give discounts on it, and, man, you can't beat it.
You can't, yeah.
I mean, it's only been 3.5 months, but I don't see any issues. I can't think of anything in the world unless catastrophic failure. I can't think of a thing that I'd have a problem with.
Great. So there you go, folks, an update, and we'll give you future updates as time goes by. You got to do long-term reliability testing, so we'll do that.
Yep.
So, folks, be sure and check out the discount code that they're offering, and you'll find a link to the JP50 here in the description. Go check that out and pick one up. So folks, if you got anything out of this video, like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll